My name is Shawn Haley. I am a truck driver with Veriha Trucking. I served in the United States Marine Corps from 1987, right after high school, until 1991. I went into the military for the fact that I wasn't going to go to college, and so I just wanted to get myself into something that allowed me to be productive and grow up a little bit, to be honest. I went into the Marine Corps predominantly because my grandfather was in the Marine Corps during World War II. My entire family was in the military, all the males, and they were either in the Army or the Air Force. Well, I followed in Grandpa's footsteps and I went in the Marine Corps. Basically, during boot camp, what they did is they took everybody with a certain score, ASVAB score or higher, and they started offering these particular jobs. And one of the jobs that I could choose from was presidential guard duty. I was fascinated by that, and so I chose to go that route. That process started during boot camp. Within about the first 3 weeks, honestly, they started doing questionnaires and all the things that needed to be done. By the time boot camp was over, 12 weeks later, I was actually chosen to get that detail. The process then took about a year and a half until your top secret clearance came in. Now, once the top secret clearance came in, then you were slated for presidential guard duty at the White House and at Camp David. I spent the biggest portion of my time at Camp David. I was full-time presidential detail guard duty for President Ronald Reagan and his wife Nancy, and then President Herbert Walker Bush and Barbara. So you spend a lot of time around those families, their kids, their grandkids, and you provide security and safety for them and all their movements. The other thing about that particular detail, you got to experience being around a lot of the foreign dignitaries, coming to Camp David for various meetings and things of that nature. So I met Mr. Gorbachev from Russia, his KGB group. So, I've met a lot of different dignitaries from around the world. I owned that business for 20 years in Southern Indiana, and I was successful at it and I enjoyed it, but I needed a change. I needed a little bit different atmosphere. I've always considered driving a truck. For years, I thought I enjoyed driving. I enjoy traveling. I like to see different places. So I felt like that might be a good fit for me to drive a truck. I got my CDL and started looking into various companies. I honestly did quite a bit of research. I looked at the big companies down to the really small companies. And I chose Veriha for a multitude of different reasons. Probably the biggest reason I chose Veriha is because of the fact that they are a family-owned business. You could tell by the reviews and by talking to some of the folks at Veriha, because I did make phone calls, that they have a real strong sense of pride in what they do. They truly take care of their drivers. They have a fantastic program as far as taking care of the drivers. They genuinely care. And after talking to them, I asked a lot of questions, and I just made my decision that the Veriha was the good fit for me. I started driving. I became a trainer for Veriha. Now I train students in my truck. And it's great to be able to pay that back forward to the next individual. So I'm glad that I chose Veriha, and I enjoy driving, and I like being out there and making a difference in making the road safe and doing things the proper way. It means a lot to me to be part of that brotherhood, but yet, be the side that is taking care of business and taking care of the road and the people out in it. My family is very supportive. My fiance, she actually helps out a lot. She helps meal prep and all the fun stuff that goes involved in trucking. My fiance and I, we dated in high school, long time ago, and but I went into the military. She went to college, and life happened. 27 years later, we reconnected and we started dating again. And next thing you know, we're engaged. So it's been a long journey on that side of things, but she's fantastic. She's very supportive. She's excited that Veriha is such a good company to work for. And so she likes the fact that I'm happy where I'm at and what I'm doing. She supports me in a lot of ways, and she's great to have as an extra tool behind me, keeping me going and keeping me positive when you have those tough days. So kudos to her for helping. She backs me 100% in what I do, and that helps. A good sound foundation at home makes you able to focus out on the road and know that things at home are handled. Everything's good, everything's under control, and you can come out here and do your job properly and do what you need to do and get the work done. Well, first of all, I'm very humbled by the award. I was notified that Veriha had nominated me for this award. I think it's a fantastic thing because it honestly shows that people are paying attention, they're watching. You know, it is a thing where your hard work is being noticed. The award is just a pat on the back, if you will, that tells you that you're doing a good job and that they appreciate that. And I'm very humbled at this point, quite honestly, to be in the top 10, you know, for doing the job. And I take the job very serious, and I'm proud of the job that I do. But I was always taught that if you're going to do something, you're going to do it the right way the first time. If you're going to give it the effort, give it 100% of your effort. So again, thank you for this nomination, and I really appreciate it.